So job interview, we talk on sites when you meet them and you walk them through. The job interview is what we were just talking about, the small job, minimize your risk, go out for coffee before you get married. It's a very, don't just marry your contractor. When you work with a GC and you give them a third down and you've just met them and, it's basically like, meeting someone online and marrying them the next day. Like, hey, can we just meet at the wedding chapel? And then wondering why it doesn't work out. I mean, when, you're like, my contractor is awful. See, we think that everyone's supposed to be great. But, a contractor could be really amazing, but that doesn't mean that you and that contractor are going to get along, that you think the same, that you have the same standards, you have the same character, things, any of that, right? You're not going to always see the world the same. And when you don't see the world the same, and guess what? You're not going to get along very well. So it's important that we do the job interview. This is the most important piece of it. The job interview is the secret to really getting things to work properly, right? To know that your contractor you're working with is going to be able to do what he says. Now, I'm going to give you some real upfront, honest stuff. Like most of the time, they are not going to do exactly what they said. Now, what you start assessing from here is, do they have the ability to get up to living up to their, their promises, or do they not? Now, a three-star contractor, and I want to get real clear about this, a three-star contractor will give you, promise you the world, come in and deliver half of that. And with, you working on them and telling them what to do and guiding them, you might start being able to get them to turn into like a, 3.5 star, but it's going to require you micromanaging them. The reason I tell you can run a business with three-star contractors is because for years, that's what I did. I would go in there and micromanage them. I'd support them. I'd help them. And what I realized is when you get a 5-star contractor, like they don't even like that. They're just like, dude, get out my way. Like this guy's in jail. And I'm like, how can I help? And he's like, yeah, you don't need to help. I got this, man. Like I already worked it all out. Every day I get a call, and that call I can work all the details out. I'm like, dude, do your thing then, man. I wanted to jump in and support, someone I'm very loyal to, because he's been working for me for about 6 years. It's just been great. I've made a lot of money because of his loyalty and his ability to get, do what he says. But even in jail, he didn't want my help. He's like, I will figure this out and make this happen, man. Just tell me that all he asked me was to be patient while he was working a few of the details out in the first week. And that was it. And I was like, dude, you got whatever you need. And that's a real 5-star contractor. Now, before when I was working with 3-star contractors, it was more like, I'd go there and I just always had to motivate them. I had to become a motivational speaker to get everybody pumped up to do what they promised. And it's really nice when you work with people that don't require Tony Robbins speech every day in order to do what they, what they've told to do. So job interview, right? Pay attention to what they're doing as they're doing the work. Did they keep their promises? Did they show up when they said they were going to show up? Did they do it fast and efficient? When you get a 4 or 5-star contractor, they will bust through the work with 0 complaints, 0 headaches, 0 drama, not cussing because the other guy got in their way, or, I can't work in this environment, it's too dirty. Like, you don't need all that, right? I mean, my guys go in and the job site's dirty. Guess what they do? They don't call me, because that's what my old 3-star guys used to do. They call me and complain. My new 5-star guys, guess what they do? They just clean it up and start working. It takes about 10 minutes to clean it up. It takes about 20 minutes to complain about it. So that's how they think. Like, let's just clean it up in 10 minutes instead of complaining about it for 20 minutes. 3-star contractors will complain about that stuff. 5 stars, dude, I've never had them call me one time and complain about anything. They just do it.